No toothbrush, no toothpaste, no floss, no dentist. For almost all of human history, nobody brushed their teeth. And yet archaeologists studying ancient skeletons keep finding something that should not make sense. Healthy teeth, almost no cavities, for thousands and thousands of years. So how did they do it? The answer has almost nothing to do with brushing, and everything to do with something far more important. Let's start with what the skeletons actually show. When archaeologists study hunter-gatherer skeletons from before farming existed, they consistently find remarkably healthy teeth. Straight teeth, strong enamel, very few cavities, almost no gum disease. This is not what you would expect from people who never owned a toothbrush in their entire lives. So what changed? Why do modern humans need to brush constantly just to avoid the same problems ancient humans rarely had? The answer comes down to one thing: diet. Ancient hunter-gatherers ate wild meat, fruits, vegetables, nuts, roots, and tubers. No sugar, no refined flour, no processed anything. Their food was naturally fibrous, tough to chew, full of texture. And that fibrous texture did something remarkable. It physically scrubbed the teeth clean with every single bite. Chewing tough roots, raw vegetables, and fibrous plants acted like a natural toothbrush, happening automatically every single meal. But the real secret was not just the texture. It was what was missing entirely from their diet. Sugar, the single biggest cause of tooth decay, barely existed in the ancient hunter-gatherer diet. Cavities are caused by bacteria in the mouth feeding on sugar and producing acid that erodes tooth enamel. Without sugar, that entire process barely had any fuel to work with. Ancient humans were not avoiding cavities through effort. They were avoiding them because the conditions that cause cavities simply did not exist in their world. Now here is something that surprises most people. Ancient humans did actually clean their teeth, just not the way we do today. Archaeological evidence shows that as far back as 3500 BC, the Babylonians and Egyptians used something called chew sticks. A small twig chewed at one end until it became soft and frayed like bristles, then used to scrub the teeth and gums. Different cultures use different trees: the neem tree in India, the miswak tree across the Middle East and parts of Africa. Remarkably, modern science has confirmed that miswak sticks contain natural antibacterial compounds that genuinely fight plaque and gum disease. Studies comparing miswak use to modern toothbrushes have found similar effectiveness at reducing plaque. Ancient Greeks and Romans used a mixture of crushed bones, oyster shells, and ashes as an early abrasive tooth powder. The ancient Chinese chewed on fragrant twigs flavored with herbs, an early form of breath freshening combined with cleaning. So ancient humans were not neglecting their teeth. They were cleaning them with the tools their environment provided and protecting them with a diet that barely fed the bacteria that cause decay. Now let's talk about what changed, because this is where the story takes a dramatic turn. Around 10,000 years ago, humans began farming, and dental health declined almost immediately. Archaeological records show a sharp rise in cavities and gum disease the moment humans shifted from hunting and gathering to growing grain. Grain-based diets, wheat, barley, early bread, introduced large amounts of starch into the human diet for the first time. Starch breaks down into sugar in the mouth almost immediately, feeding the same bacteria that had previously gone hungry. For the first time in human history, the bacteria that caused tooth decay had a consistent, reliable food source. Then came refined sugar, and everything got dramatically worse. By the time sugar became widely available in the modern era, human teeth were facing something they had never evolved to handle: constant sugar, constant starch, constant fuel for bacteria that ancient humans almost never encountered. This is exactly why modern humans need to brush twice a day just to maintain a baseline that ancient humans achieved through diet alone. We did not become worse at taking care of our teeth. Our environment became dramatically more hostile to them. Now here is the most fascinating part of all of this. A 2018 study found that even today, some communities eating traditional unprocessed diets still show remarkably low rates of tooth decay despite minimal modern dental care. Researchers studying remote populations who maintained traditional diets found dental health closely resembling that of ancient hunter-gatherers, even in the modern world, which tells us something important. The toothbrush is not what saves your teeth. It is a tool that compensates for a diet your body was never designed to handle. Ancient humans did not need to brush their teeth because their entire way of eating was naturally protective. It was not that they had better discipline. It was that their entire world was built around food that worked with their biology instead of against it. Ancient humans never owned a toothbrush. They never needed one. Their teeth were protected by the same natural, fibrous, sugar-free food that protected the rest of their bodies.